Hey everyone, is it just me, or by this time of the year do you feel like you're done with fall cleanup? I feel like I should be done with fall cleanup, but I'm not. We still have some things we want to get taken care of. It's Thanksgiving week, we're hosting, so of course we want the gardens to look really nice, even though we're not going to be out in them. But we want to get some more perennials cut back, but I do want to get some of our bird baths turned over. We're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow night, and I don't want them to fill up with water and then freeze. They're concrete, so they're not frost free. We have some miscanthus grasses. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. Miscanthus grasses that are still standing and looking really pretty, except the one on the end that I'm looking at right now, and I'll show you that. So I want to put a garden stake around it so that it stands up. They're not ready to be cut back, but right now the one on the end is flopping all over our blue zinger grass, and I feel like with the 2 inches plus of rain we're supposed to get tomorrow night, it's probably going to get worse. So rather than cut it back, we're going to try to get, we have some half rounds from Gardener Supply that we're going to try to get around that to stake that up a little bit. And then my husband is going to be going around and cleaning up some leaves. We still have a ton of leaves that came down again. Again, not in the beds. We pretty much leave as many leaves in our beds as we can, but these are on the grass and they're pretty thick. So I'm not sure if he's going to blow them or if he's going to just mow them over with the big tractor. But I'll take you along for the ride, so come garden with me and let's get some more of this fall cleanup done. And actually, by the sounds of it, it sounds like a lot of other people are still doing their cleanup too. I don't know if you can hear that, but I hear all kinds of heavy equipment going on. It's that time of the year. Actually, I think one more thing we're going to get done is some of our solar lights. So we have these solar spotlights around, shining on things that look pretty in summer, but now they don't have any leaves, so there's nothing for those solar lights to shine on. One of the examples is our black tulip magnolia. There's nothing really to illuminate at night anymore, so that one, and I think the Tokyo Tower fringe tree has a solar light on it over there. I thought there was one more. We have so many of them all around. Can't remember maybe where the other one is at this point, but I think we're going to put those up on the eastern white pines that we had planted late last year or early this year, because I feel like we can see them from the house now that most of the leaves are off the trees. You probably can't see them from here, but right behind that fallen tree we had 4 eastern white pines, and now that the fallen tree is losing its leaves, we'll be able to see them illuminated at night from the dining room, you know, not from the entire house. But so we want to move some of those solar lights around too. These are the irises I'm talking about cutting back. I think I just showed these in a previous video. Really just going to cut them back within a couple of inches of the ground. Don't want this foliage lying around, just in case they get pests, diseases. Some irises are prone to that. I don't think these are. These are Iris versicolor, which are the native irises, but I'd still rather get this foliage off the ground. To cut back the irises, I'm going to be using grass clippers rather than pruners. They just slice through a lot easier. Alright, so just wanted to show you real quick what I did. Basically, I just cut it almost like the hostas. Just leave some of the stalks, get rid of all the strappy foliage. Also because I don't want it laying on, I don't know if you can see that in there, is a chokeberry that I want to let it get some sun. Even though it's not going to be actively growing, I feel like in the past month or so, Now maybe more like a few weeks. The irises have been laying all over the chokeberry here, and I really want to get the chokeberry some sun. There's another one here. So I'm just going through and cutting back the strappy foliage. I think we might actually try to use some of these leaves where I just cut the irises back. It left a lot of bare earth, and with the heavy rain coming in, that's on a slope right there. I don't want the heavy rain washing a lot of debris and mud into the rain garden. So I have to check in with my husband on that. Instead of him just dumping them all up in the woods, maybe put a trash can or two full on the area that I just cleaned the irises up from. I'm still in the middle of cleaning up the irises. It's actually taken a little bit longer than I thought. While the grassy like foliage is easy to slice through with the grass clippers, the flower stalks are not. So I'm about to go get the pruners and also a rake. Alright, I just finished cleaning up the irises. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought we planted 5, but maybe not, maybe just 5. Sorry I didn't film a heck of a lot of that, but we really just wanted to get it done as quick as possible. Like I said, I think we need maybe to bring some leaves up here, because this is the path right where you see my shadow, whoops, of the rain, of the water that comes off the slope, and the houses behind us will take. So I feel like we need something here. There's also an awful lot of weeds up here I'm going to try to get out, especially around the other side on the berm, kind of where those 2 fall cypresses are. I didn't cut the turtle heads back yet. I think this is a plant you can cut back in the fall, but they're not looking too bad. You know, they're probably going to start to look bad after all this wet weather. I actually see a bud. So anyway, it'll be something to look at up here in the next couple of weeks. So I don't think I'm going to cut that back. I'm going to leave the Joe Pye weed as well. We usually leave that, hoping that maybe some of it will spread over into the meadow. There was Joe Pye weed in the seed mix. Anyway, I'm going to go get a garden hoe and try to get up some of these many weeds we have up here. I love trees, but my goodness, we have been at this for weeks. And we're still cleaning up. See our pile there. Some of it now is from a couple houses down. We took some of their leaves, but I mean, we've got really 2 big piles up here. And then I mean, whatever else my husband gets done today, Most of the trees now are finally finished dropping their leaves, but I suspect we're going to have another huge pile or two today. Okay, I have tackled about as many weeds and creeping Charlie as I'm willing to do at this time of the year. I think in the spring we're going to have to spray that creeping Charlie. It's just so ubiquitous, really tough to get a hold of. It just keeps spreading farther and farther. So I got as much up as I could have. But what I'm going to try to do now, oh gosh, I see more weeds. I'm going to have to pull them while I'm thinking about it. But what I'm going to try to do now, move my bucket out of the way, is get some of the extra mulch that we always seem to have here in this rain garden berm, because I noticed that the two tiny tough stuffs we planted up on our second wall bed, the roots are showing, and we probably planted them high, but I don't know, they seem to be a little higher than I thought. So we have a lot of extra mulch on this berm. I'm going to try to get some of it because we don't have any bagged mulch left, and see if I can put it in this bucket and at least cover their roots a tiny bit. So let's see what I can do here. Shouldn't need that much. Like I said, there's a lot here. Alright, we'll see what that does. I mean, I got a couple of scoopfuls. It should be enough, hopefully. Cross your fingers. Well, it's looking almost leaf free. I mean, the piles are still being blown, but it's looking a little bit better than it was. So I'm going to show you what I mean by the roots are showing of these two tiny tough stuff. And I think probably some of the mulch got blown off. Well, my husband was over here blowing. But you can see that's kind of like the root ball. And again, I mean, you want to plant them a little high, but I feel like that's a little too many roots exposed. So I'm going to try to get some mulch on that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I just put some mulch on the outside. I don't want to put mulch right down in the interior of the plant there. I don't want to rot the crown over the winter. I just don't want their roots exposed. So I think that worked. I mean, hopefully I don't know, with the really heavy rains we're supposed to get tomorrow night, hopefully it doesn't wash all the way. If it does, I guess I'm gonna have to do this again, but I'll buy some bags. Some of these plants that we did in our containers, the container refresher, looking really dry, even though I watered them recently. So I'm kind of glad we're getting some rain tomorrow night because we really need it. I just wish we wouldn't get 2 to 3 inches at a time. It seems to be all that happens anymore is we just get 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches in a few hours, and it all just runs off. So we don't really benefit from that rain. But anyway, the next thing, and hopefully the last thing I'm going to try to do is get the solar lights in the ground, which I have a feeling my husband's going to have to do that because it's probably so hard. But these are the eastern white pines I'm talking about. I feel like I have 2 solar lights here that are not really of any use at this time of the year down farther to the house because it's not getting enough sun. So I'm going to try to use them to illuminate these eastern white pines. They're really pretty. And like I said, now that the leaves are off the trees, I can just kind of see them from the house. So I'd like to see them lit up at night. Okay, so I got them in. I'm not sure how well I got them in, as I suspected. The ground is really, really hard. So here's one of them, and there's the eastern white pine it's going to illuminate. And then here's the second, and here's the eastern white pine I'm hoping to illuminate. I feel like maybe I should have done the one in the middle here. And we probably have another solar light we can pull from somewhere. Even that one over there would benefit from a little light at night, I think. But let's see what these 2 look like first. You never know how much sun they're going to get at this time of the year, how long they're going to stay on. So we'll keep an eye on them for tonight, tomorrow night, see how they do. There's one of the bird bass over there that we need to, we'll just turn that upside down or pull it off the pedestal and lean it up against the base. That seemed to work last year, although last year was a very warm winter. This is the miscanthus grass I'm talking about, trying to stake up, because you can see it's a lot more floppy than the rest of them. Those ones up there are kind of still standing up straight. This one, still kind of standing up straight, but it is getting a little open. But this one, and I'm guessing because it's just on the downhill side, is really starting to flop over. You really can't see the blue zinger grasses, so I'm going to try to get a half round stake. These are the half rounds I'm talking about that I used from Gardener Supply. See, I already got one in there. I pulled them from our Endless Summer Twist and Shout. It's really hard working with miscanthus though, because they're really, really sharp. I have long sleeves on, but I already put my gloves away. So I'm going to attempt to get in there. Okay, well, it doesn't look perfect, but it looks better than it was. And I did cut myself on one of these blades. They were really, really sharp. So hopefully that holds up in the heavy rain we're supposed to get tomorrow night. I have a feeling I'm going to come out here Wednesday morning and they're going to look worse, but at least I tried. Well, that's it for now, guys. Just another quick video of us cleaning up in the fall garden. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Not sure if you're going to see this before or after, so if it's after, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.